Hey, I'm Jazz, and I want to talk to you about how incredibly powerful you are. Now, I know right now, in the midst of all this change, it doesn't feel like you've got a lot of control over what's happening. And that's the truth. That there are so little things that you can control, but there is a lot of things that you can control. And in times of change, where people find it hard to adapt because it feels like everything's been ripped away from you, and it feels like what you've been doing, the study you've been doing, is now all for nothing. It's like a waste of time. Nothing is wasted, because this is about you. It's about your story, your future. When there are times when you feel like you haven't got control, the most important thing is to focus on what you can control, not on what you can't. And what you can control is how you show up. You can control whether you stay in bed all morning till 12 and then get up and spend 3 hours on Snapchat or not. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't go on social media. Do, because it helps you stay connected. But if all you do is that, it's great for everyone else, because where you show up, that's where the party is. But what about you? Because if you're giving all the time, how do you put into yourself? How do you do things that are going to help you for your mental health, your physical health? How are you going to invest in that? And this is really important, because if you look at the people who are leading and helping right now, look at your teachers in school, look at the politicians in the government, they are all having to be incredibly agile. They're having to be able to look at the information in front of them and make a decision. Now, honestly, I wish you weren't going through this. Honestly, I don't like that I hate that you're going through this. But I also know that this is an amazing opportunity for you to embed resilience. Because if there's one thing we're going to need, certainly in the coming weeks and then beyond and in our whole lives, it's the ability to draw on ambitious levels of resilience when things get like this. What you're doing now is writing your story. That's something you're completely in control of. What does your story look like? What story is the future you going to tell about now? Because we're all going to be talking about this. This is a seminal part of history, and this is something that us being here at this time, we're going to be talking about for the rest of our lives. What story do you want to tell? It's your story. You can tell the story of how you gave up because everything was lost and took away and there was no point anymore, you didn't know what to do. You can tell that story. When I was growing up, I spent time in foster care. And one thing I really hated, I realised at 15, I saw what people had been writing about me. I saw like all the reports that had been written, and what I saw was this story about me. And I didn't like it, because I didn't feel it was the truth about me. It was certainly what people had seen and observed. But I knew that I was more than that. I was more than that. And I wanted to be able to tell a story that told the truth about me. So I started being who I knew I could be, who I wanted to be. And everything changed, not because of what I did, but because of what I thought, because of my mindset. Now, look, this time that we're going into is uncertain. But it's not that there's no next step. There is a next step. It's just unclear what that is at the moment. So you have got time. That's a really great resource. You've got time. You can structure your morning so that you're doing something that requires brain power in the morning and doing something that requires creativity in the afternoon. You can structure your day so that you connect with people and reach out during this time. It's your chance to be a leader. There are friends who you influence who are relying on you to show them what a good one looks like during this time. You have so much, because you have so many people who believe in you and have invested in you. You might not have parents at home, maybe they're working, maybe they're not able to support you, but the teachers in school, the adults in school who have stuck their neck out for you again and again and again, who have encouraged you because they believe in what you can do, they are not going to stop believing in you. That's not because we had exams. That's because of who you are, who you were before, who you are today, and the amazing human you're going to grow into. So you are paying them forward by writing a story about yourself that relies on respect, relies on commitment, relies on decisions. This is not a time to make a decision based on fear. In times of panic, people forget their manners, they forget their integrity, they forget their humanity. Don't be that person. Be the person you're going to be proud to tell the story of in the future. Here's 3 ways you can embed ambitious resilience. The first one is to accept responsibility. School, all right, is all about conforming. Let's just tell the truth. School is about teachers tell you to do stuff, you do it, you write it down, you get points. I mean, it's kind of trains you into like just doing what you're told. And there's an element of the system which is not working great in terms of that, but that's what's amazing. We haven't just lost everything, we've lost the restrictiveness of it. So right now, your responsibility is about what you want to develop and what you want to do. Your responsibility is, I I have me to be responsible. So I'm not going to throw myself away or let myself down. I am going to work on myself. I'm going to build up my resilience muscles. I'm going to stay connected with people. I'm going to look after my mental and physical health. I'm going to learn a language on Duolingo, whatever it is. Now's the time. But take some responsibility. Don't feel like you've got no control, no choice, and you're just being done to. Make decisions. Make decisions about what you want to do now, what you can do now. One of the things, so many of you are so freaking talented, and you don't have time to create YouTube content because you're working all the time. Now is a really good time to start creating content that will help and support other people. Like, what messages can you give to people who are scared right now? The second thing is to be able to reach out when you need help. Okay, there is nothing great about saying, oh, I don't need help, I'm fine. You look like an idiot, yeah? Because humans are meant to be in community with each other. You're meant to have help. I'm meant to have help. We're meant to help each other. That's how it works. So saying I don't need help is saying I'm not human, how is that useful? Reach out to the people who you know would fight for you, who are fighting for your highest good. Know when you need to say, I'm stuck. Reach out and do that, because people love to help. Even when they're busy, people love to help. But again, the responsibility comes in. You've got to be able to say, I need help with this right now. I'm struggling with this right now, so that people can support you in the best way they know how. So take responsibility, reach out. And the last one, reframe. When you see a situation, all my life, I've been homeless, I've lived on the streets, I've been starving hungry, I've been in fear for my life. And if there's one thing I've learned during those moments, it's the more you focus on what you haven't got, the less energy you have to be able to direct your focus at how you can change the situation to make it better for you. So reframing what's happening now, there's no getting away from it. The structure is gone, and life without structure isn't freedom. It's actually quite chaotic, but being able to reframe this into an opportunity. I can do this. I can learn a language. I can connect with my family. I can set up my own YouTube channel. I can learn about a country I've always wanted to learn about. I can investigate careers for the future. This is your time. There's so much more to social media than whatever Kim Kardashian is wearing. And it's there for you. So the most important thing is make sure you stay connected, especially with the people who are for you. Because your teachers are not going to stop caring. In fact, a lot of them are heartbroken right now because they are not able to see you and spend time with you and encourage you. But we have the tools to do that. Stay connected. And remember, the future you is going to tell a great story about now. All you have to do is take one step, one day at a time. You have got this.